Howdy folks, today we've got a brand new kit for you. This is their old Vulcan, 1/72 scale Vulcan B Mark II. It's the KH558 model, which was the aircraft was flying around a hell of a lot on air shows, which was recently restored, and it was flying at air shows, but now again it's back in retirement because of due to funding. It's a shame the way the world has gone at the moment, but it would like to be I'd love to see this aircraft flying again when air shows is up and running and the world is hopefully back to normal. This Vulcan was the anniversary version, 1960s to 2010 version from Airfix, 50th. Does come with paints and glue. I've already taken them out. I do keep the brushes, but the glue and paint is trash in my opinion. But kit number for this is A50097, 1/72 scale. Pretty standard for Airfix. You only get one paint option, which is, like I say, Vulcan KH558. And the back of the box, there's the KH558 in flight. I've seen a number of times at air shows. Massive aircraft, it's brilliant. And this is the build-up model. Still a good model in my opinion. There is a new version out. Check out the video of the new version. There's also a video on a comparison between old and new. Check them both out, or check all three videos out, I should say even. But this is the old version that we're looking at first. So as for instructions, this is what you get from instructions for old version. We have some history on the aircraft in different languages. You can tell it's an older version as well for Airfix because it's all black and white. There is no colour compared to their new version. More languages, a little bit more information. Their warnings and symbols haven't changed, and there's more languages for safety guides. As for the build of the aircraft, it's pretty simple. There's only 3 pages from this onwards, and there's 15 steps. The new one, I believe, is like 145 steps. Much superior kit on the new one, but this is still a damn good kit in my opinion. If you have this in your stash, don't be discouraged of not building this. This is still a good kit. A little bit of issue with lining up the wings and stuff, but the new version hopefully has sorted all that out. But again, this is still a good kit. Starting with the cockpit, which is basic, lower floor, 2 seats and 2 pilots. Engines, 2 halves and turbines, very basic and pretty standard for what you get back then. Just before you put everything together, you got your engine going in and intakes. A little bit of cockpit detail. They're asking for 30 grams of load weight, and your cockpit going in, sandwiching it 2 halves together. The tail is 2 halves, pretty standard. The rear tail is 2 halves, a little tiny bits on the end and the end cap. Wings, pretty standard, 2 halves, and then slotting them to the 2 ends of the fuselage. It can be a little bit troublesome of lining them up. Tail going in and the rear tail going in. Landing gear, pretty standard. It doesn't show you left and right, but you're going to have to figure that out. Bomb bay closed only, pretty standard. In this kit you do get the blue steel missile, but nowhere in the instructions it tells you how to assemble the blue steel missile, so you're going to have to figure that out for yourself, which is a bit silly in my opinion. Once that's all attached, you've got these little detail parts. Board and ladder going in for the open option, landing gear going in, landing gear doors, and obviously landing gear in the down position only. You can't have it closed or in flight. Detail parts on the lower section, flaps, ailerons, all that is all fixed in place, not posable at all. canopy going in, pitot tubes, etc. Should be a built-in model by then. As I say, 15 steps, not a lot. Should be hopefully fairly easy. As for the colours, pretty standard, camouflage all over. Like I say, it's Vulcan KH558 2009-2010 season for air shows, which I believe is like, I can't believe it's like literally coming up to 12 years now. Been a long time. Time goes so quickly. Standard camouflage though, British RF green and RFC grey. Camouflage all over, top and bottom. This is probably where you're going to spend more time than you are building it, is actually doing this camouflage. A hell of a lot of worms, trying to do the worming for the camouflage. I wouldn't try and do it all in one go. I would work on it in individual sections. Probably best to spray it light grey first and then do the green afterwards. There is no stencil data with this kit. As for the markings, this is what you get for markings. I don't think they're made by Cartograph back then. I could be wrong, but they do look nice and crisp and clean to me. Hopefully they can go down with no problems. This is the segments for the kit. I think there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 sprues in clear. So again, not a lot of parts, but this is how Airfix done theirs back in the day. You notice there's no framing. This is very old Airfix style. So typical top half of the aircraft. I don't know if you can see this, but this has all raised panel lines on top of it. It's raised all over. Here's your back of the aircraft tail. Here's the Bombay door closed, and this is all your wheels. Lower section of the aircraft is pretty much reversed. This is the blue steel Bombay. Should hopefully fit the same way as the Bombay door, but this is the where the blue steel will sit. And this giant missile is the blue steel itself. Comes as 2 halves. But like I mentioned in the instructions, it doesn't tell you how to assemble that, which is a bit of a shame. And now we have upper and lower wing sections. Again, it's all raised, but the detail is good, but it is raised. Your 2 halves of your tail, and this is your landing gear segments. You can see it's all raised, and this is your landing gear. And here is your tail. Lower wing segments, again it's all raised. Engine, there's sails and intakes all together. Detail parts, some more wheels and turbines, and that's pretty much it for the kit. Okay folks, this is what you get for clear. So this is what you get for clear. It's pretty decent for what you get. This cloudy section is what gets painted. There are jet pins on the inside, but once you've got paint on there, you're not going to see them anyway. So there you are, my friends. There's another kit from Airfix. It's the older Vulcan 1/72 scale Avro Vulcan B Mk2 is the KH558 version from 1960 to 2010. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.